Hey, could I get a spicy chicken sandwich combo with the red beans and rice and a Coke? What's up, guys? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Look at that. Nice. So, as I'm sure that you guys are all aware, the Earth is a little bit of a clusterfuck right now. It honestly, it's kind of a bummer. And it kind of changes a lot of plans that I had for the channel and all that kind of stuff. A lot of parts that I had on order aren't going to be making it here anytime really soon. So it seems that the IS build is going to be put a little bit on the back burner at this point, just because getting parts right now is kind of almost impossible. I really shouldn't be wasting my time just waiting when I have other stuff that I could be working on. And today I'm going to show you guys one of those other things. A new one, kind of new, kind of old. For all the OGs that have been here since the start, you guys have probably seen this car already. But some of you newer guys might never have seen it at all. It's a project I'm honestly really excited about starting because it kind of falls into a category of stuff that I'm not actually used to doing. Like pretty much anything mechanical on a car is like easy for me. That's all stuff that I do at work. That's stuff that, you know, comes pretty naturally. Now, body work and that kind of stuff is stuff that I've never really dipped my toes into, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you have to learn and a lot of stuff that really could go wrong with it. But why not try to learn it? So just to give you guys a little bit of background, this car is it's actually the car that pretty much got me into working on cars in the first place, because I remember back in, God, it must have been like second or third grade, I had a PS2 and I ended up getting Need for Speed Underground, right? You guys all remember it, that first loading screen with Lil Jon. That was my shit. And of course, that game had a lot of sick cars in it. That had the Supra, it had the R34 GTR, all kinds of stuff. But my favorite car, hands down, out of all of the ones in that game, was the Mitsubishi Eclipse. I don't know why, but it always stuck with me through the years, and that's always been the car that I've wanted to build. Now, in high school, I actually ended up getting one as my first car. I saved up all of my money for mowing all the neighbors' lawns and all that kind of stuff, and I bought one. Little did I know that I bought the shitty one. I bought a 1995 Eclipse RS. So, you know, base model, doesn't have the turbos, doesn't have the all-wheel drive. It's a 95, so it has the ugly looking front bumpers and everything like that. It just all around not cool. Not cool at all. Plus it was baby blue. I'll put some pictures up on it. But honestly, as gutless and as just not cool as that car was, I loved it because from the start, that was my dream car. That was the car that I always wanted since I was in elementary school, pretty much. And you know, like, it had a bunch of problems. It's a DSM, so like I had to go in and fix a bunch of stuff, and that's actually how I got into working on cars. If it hadn't been for that, I never would have found out that that was a cool thing, because, you know, like, my parents weren't into cars. I didn't have anybody around me that was into cars. So it was my first introduction to it, and that's actually like the reason that I went to school for it and got as far as I have. But later on, I actually got in a rear end collision with it. Somebody rear-ended me at a stoplight. This actually happened twice within the same month with this car. And the first time it wasn't really anything bad. The second time it was a little bit worse, but honestly it wasn't too bad. Like, the bumper got pushed in like a baby bit. It wasn't even anything crazy. But the insurance company actually ended up totaling that car and just giving me money for it, which I then used to buy the RX-7. So that's, I mean, all in all, I guess it was a good thing. I decided to keep the car because the insurance only wanted like $100 for it. So I was like, yeah, I mean, to have 2 cars for $100, I'm down. So I kept it with plans of, you know, restoring it and making it cool and doing all kinds of cool stuff with it. But, you know, I guess I just never got around to it. And I feel like a lot of just not having money at that age and not having really any time or motivation kind of made that project not really go the way that it should have. So now that all of the quarantine orders and all that kind of stuff are in effect and I really don't have anything else to spend my time on, I figure I might as well finish it. I might as well do something with it. So there are a lot of plans with this car. Like I said, it is a 95 and it came with the gross looking front bumper, the gross looking rear bumper, and no side skirts. And it also came with the small spoiler, which is, what's the point? What is the point? So I think I'm going to change all those things out. I already have the 2GB bumper, the 97 and 99 version for the front, and it looks so amazing. But the rears and the side skirts are something I can't really buy new, which kind of sucks unless I go with aftermarket stuff, and it all looks gross. Like, it all looks like, I don't know why, but like going back now, all of the stuff that you used to upgrade on Need for Speed Underground just looks so gross. Like, it looks so dated. Like, you can tell that all of those bumper looks were from the early 2000s. And honestly, I don't even get how people liked them back then, because some of them are pretty bad. I'll have to play it with you guys one of these days so you guys can see. But it's ridiculous. The car has its issues. You know, it's got a few little minor imperfections. I mean, bodywork is really not that bad. Like, the damage really didn't do anything to like damage the car in any way that I can't fix easily with a little bit of pulling and Bondo and that kind of stuff. But the interior is pretty neglected. The headliner is pretty much just hanging there. Like, there's a good few amount of spots that are just like completely delaminated from the actual foam of it. It's got a gray interior, which is, the headlights are absolutely disgusting. I'm pretty sure that they've taken on more water than the Titanic. The engine has this thing where it likes to stop running for a while, and I'm pretty sure that it's a coil that just takes a shit and doesn't like to run while it's hot. So there's a lot of stuff wrong with it, but I mean, there's honestly a lot of potential too, because these cars are kind of like Legos in a way. Like, you could compare them to the Hondas, where pretty much you can find upgrade parts that are just stock parts from other cars and that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. I think that we'll be able to do some cool things with it, maybe like a rear disc swap and get some bigger calipers for the front and rear and all that kind of stuff. Maybe some Evo stuff. I mean, who knows? Who knows? You know, the sky's the limit. But if I'm going to be doing that kind of stuff, I need it to look good. I need it to at least be faster than the stock, because, you know, the 150 horsepower they came with is honestly, I mean, it's fun when you're like 16, you know, and it's your first car. But at this point, I'm looking for a little more refined power. So we might be doing something to change that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I will be dropping a couple more videos on this thing just to kind of document the process of all the stuff that I'm going to be doing to it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So as you guys can see, the interior in it is pretty clean. I've got the back pretty torn apart right now because I was doing a bunch of stuff to it. But all in all, it's not really in too bad a condition. I wrapped the fenders, the doors, and the hood a little while ago, and honestly, I kind of hate it. It was my first time ever wrapping anything, and you guys can see there's some imperfections in it. There's not really too many, but honestly, just any is too much for me. I'm way too much of a perfectionist to let any of that slide. So that's gonna get changed. I'm gonna take off the wrap on all this stuff. I really could try doing it again, but honestly, without having anybody that I know that really knows what they're doing when they're wrapping cars, it makes it a little bit difficult. I think that I'm gonna try to go a different direction with it, but we'll see. I'm doing a lot of research right now on something else. So we'll get that going. You guys can see those are the headlights. Absolutely disgusting. Usually when it rains, these things are completely full of water. Like I said, I still do have some mods coming for the IS. They are in the mail, so it is going to be delayed a little bit. When I do get them, I will be installing them. I think that there are going to be some things in there that you guys are really going to like, and some things that some of you guys might hate, but I'm taking that risk because I think it's going to look good. I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. But I'll let you guys know what those things are when they get here, because they're a little out there. They're a little out there, but just trust me. Trust me. I think I know what I'm doing. So if you guys are stoked for what's to come, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.